The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene offers insight into the dynamics of power and how it can be gained, maintained, and utilized to maneuver through different situations life may throw at you. For the next couple of weeks, enjoy these dynamic illustrations and short stories that will spark your metamorphic fix. So let's begin.
Law number 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. There was a powerful king named Frederick who ruled with an iron fist. He was feared and respected by all who knew him, and his word was law. However, despite his power, King Frederick was deeply unhappy. He longed for someone to share his life with, someone who would love him for who he was and not just for his position of authority. He searched high and low for a woman who could fulfill this role, but none of the eligible princesses or noblewomen in the kingdom caught his eye. One day, King Frederick attended a ball hosted by the Duke of Burgundy. There, he met a beautiful woman named Isabella. She was not of noble birth and had no connections to the royal court, but her beauty and charm caught the king's attention. He approached her and asked her to dance. As they danced, King Frederick realized that Isabella was exactly what he had been looking for. She was kind, intelligent, and had a spark of defiance that he found irresistible. However, there was a problem. Isabella was already engaged to another man, a powerful nobleman named Count Rodrigo. King Frederick knew that if he pursued Isabella, he would be going against the 16th law of power: use absence to increase respect and honor. He decided to play it cool and wait for the right opportunity to make his move. He knew that if he pursued Isabella too aggressively, it would only make her feel uncomfortable and put her off. Over the next few weeks, King Frederick strategically made himself scarce. He declined invitations to social events and avoided any situation where he might run into Isabella. This only increased her curiosity about him and made her wonder why he was avoiding her. Eventually, Count Rodrigo broke off his engagement with Isabella. King Frederick saw this as his opportunity and wasted no time in making his intentions known. He courted Isabella with flowers, gifts, and grand gestures, and soon they were inseparable. The people of the kingdom were shocked that the powerful king had fallen in love with a commoner, but they could not deny that Isabella was a perfect match for him. They were married in a grand ceremony, and Isabella became the Queen of Aragonia. King Frederick had used the 16th law of power to his advantage. By using absence to increase respect and honor, he had created an air of mystery around himself that made Isabella curious and attracted to him. He had also avoided the appearance of being too eager or desperate, which could have put her off. The lesson to be learned from King Frederick's story is that sometimes, playing hard to get can be the best strategy. By using absence to create an air of mystery and intrigue, you can increase your allure and make people more interested in you. However, this should be done with caution and in moderation. Too much absence can make people lose interest or think that you are not interested in them. So as it states in law number 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. This law advises people to strategically create distance and scarcity, making themselves less accessible to others. It encourages individuals to cultivate an air of mystery and desirability by selectively withdrawing their presence, thereby increasing the value and respect they receive from others. This law may seem counterintuitive, but it reminds us of the power of longing and anticipation. By creating a sense of absence, individuals can make themselves more intriguing and sought after, elevating their status and influence. However, it also warns of the dangers of becoming too aloof and distant, emphasizing the need to balance absence with genuine connection and engagement. Ultimately, this law teaches us that sometimes, stepping back can propel us forward, gaining the admiration and reverence of those around us.
If you're enjoying this video so far, please support us by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. By doing this, you are helping us reach more people to share this amazing information with. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the video.
Law number 17. Keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. There lived a cunning and ambitious man named Sebastian. Sebastian was a master of manipulation and had a keen understanding of the human psyche. He had an uncanny ability to read people, their desires, and their weaknesses. Sebastian's reputation as a persuasive and influential individual had spread far and wide. He was known for his silver tongue and his ability to convince others to do his bidding. But there was one law he had yet to fully explore, the 17th law of power: keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. One day, Sebastian found himself embroiled in a high-stakes business deal with a wealthy investor named Mr. Harrington. The deal could potentially make or break Sebastian's career, and he knew that he needed to employ the 17th law of power to his advantage. Sebastian began by creating an air of unpredictability around himself. He would arrive at meetings late, leaving Mr. Harrington waiting anxiously. He would often change his stance on certain aspects of the deal, causing confusion and uncertainty. He deliberately kept his true intentions hidden, leaving Mr. Harrington in a constant state of suspense. At first, Mr. Harrington was frustrated by Sebastian's tactics. He couldn't understand why Sebastian was being so unpredictable and elusive. But as time went on, Mr. Harrington became increasingly intrigued by Sebastian's enigmatic nature. He wanted to decipher the hidden motives behind Sebastian's actions. Sebastian continued to toy with Mr. Harrington's emotions, alternating between moments of warmth and friendship, and then cold indifference. He would shower Mr. Harrington with praise one day, only to criticize his ideas mercilessly the next. This kept Mr. Harrington on edge, always seeking Sebastian's approval and trying to anticipate his next move. As the negotiations reached a critical point, Sebastian unleashed his final move. He feigned disinterest in the deal and threatened to walk away. This sudden twist left Mr. Harrington in a state of panic. He desperately pleaded with Sebastian to reconsider, offering him more favorable terms and concessions. Sebastian's manipulation had paid off. He had kept Mr. Harrington in suspended terror, making him feel vulnerable and uncertain. With the power firmly in his hands, Sebastian secured a deal that exceeded his wildest expectations. But as Sebastian reveled in his victory, a pang of guilt struck him. He had used his knowledge of human psychology to play with Mr. Harrington's emotions, toying with his fears and insecurities. Sebastian realized that his pursuit of power had come at the expense of another's peace of mind. From that moment on, Sebastian vowed to use his powers for good. He would no longer cultivate an air of unpredictability to manipulate and control others. Instead, he would focus on building genuine connections and fostering trust. Sebastian had learned the importance of empathy and the destructive nature of playing with people's emotions. He discovered that true power came from uplifting others rather than instilling fear and uncertainty. In the end, Sebastian's transformation was not only a lesson for himself, but also for those around him. His story became a reminder that power wielded with empathy and kindness has the ability to transform lives, and create a world where trust and compassion reign supreme. As it states in Law Number 17, keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. This law advises people to maintain an aura of unpredictability and uncertainty, keeping others on their toes and in a state of suspense. By being difficult to read and understand, individuals can instill fear and caution in those around them, gaining an advantage in the game of power. This law may seem intimidating, but it reminds us of the power of mystery and the element of surprise. By keeping others guessing and off balance, individuals can maintain control and deter potential challenges or betrayals. However, it also warns of the dangers of becoming too erratic or inconsistent, emphasizing the need for strategic thinking and consistency in action. Ultimately, this law teaches us that power thrives in the realm of the unknown, where unpredictability reigns and fear drives compliance. Law number 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Elmbrook, there was a great ruler named Queen Isabella. She was known for her wisdom, strength, and unwavering dedication to her people. The kingdom prospered under her rule, and the citizens adored her. However, not everyone shared the same admiration for Queen Isabella. Deep within the shadows, there lurked a group of conspirators led by a cunning nobleman named Lord Lucius. They resented the Queen's power and popularity and sought to overthrow her. Lord Lucius knew that law number 18 of the 48 laws of power held the key to his success. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. He understood that Queen Isabella's trust in her closest advisors and guards could be exploited to his advantage. To execute his plan, Lord Lucius began by planting seeds of doubt and paranoia within the Queen's inner circle. He whispered false rumors, claiming that some of her most trusted advisors were plotting against her. The Queen, always cautious, began to question the loyalty of those she once considered her staunchest allies. Meanwhile, Lord Lucius posed as a loyal servant, always at the Queen's side, offering her comfort and guidance during these troubling times. He feigned unwavering support, fueling her growing suspicion of others. The Queen found solace in his presence, believing him to be the only one she could truly trust. As Lord Lucius gained the Queen's confidence, he skillfully isolated her from the rest of the kingdom. He convinced her to distance herself from her loyal subjects, warning her of their potential treachery. Slowly but surely, the Queen became a prisoner within her own palace, cut off from the outside world. Unbeknownst to the Queen, her kingdom suffered in her absence. The people longed for her guidance and leadership, but their cries fell on deaf ears. Lord Lucius had successfully built a fortress of isolation around the Queen, trapping her in a web of deceit and manipulation. However, one day, a young and brave knight named Sir William discovered the truth. He had been a loyal member of the Queen's Guard, but his suspicions about Lord Lucius had grown too strong to ignore. Determined to save his queen, Sir William set out on a dangerous mission to expose Lord Lucius' plot. With the help of a few trusted allies, Sir William managed to break through the fortress of isolation and reach the Queen. He revealed the extent of Lord Lucius' deception and the suffering of the kingdom outside the palace walls. Queen Isabella was shattered by the revelation. She realized the grave mistake she had made by isolating herself from her people. Determined to make amends, she mustered her strength and rallied her loyal subjects to her side. Together, they confronted Lord Lucius and his band of conspirators. The kingdom erupted in a fierce battle, but the Queen's newfound unity and the people's unwavering loyalty proved to be the ultimate strength. In the end, Queen Isabella emerged victorious, banishing Lord Lucius and restoring peace and prosperity to Elmbrook. She learned a valuable lesson from her ordeal and never again allowed herself to be isolated from her people. She understood the importance of building bridges of trust and maintaining strong connections with those who supported her. From that day forward, Queen Isabella's reign flourished, and her kingdom thrived. The story of her triumph over isolation and deceit became a legend, reminding all who heard it of the dangers of building fortresses around oneself and the power of unity and trust in creating a prosperous kingdom. So as it states in law number 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. This law advises against isolating oneself from others and building impenetrable walls for protection. It reminds us that true power lies in building strong alliances and connections, rather than relying solely on personal defenses. By embracing collaboration and fostering relationships, individuals can access a wealth of resources, knowledge, and support, strengthening their position and influence. This law is a powerful reminder that no one achieves greatness alone. It is through the strength of our connections that we can truly thrive and succeed. However, it also cautions against blindly trusting others and highlights the importance of discernment in forming alliances. By striking a balance between vulnerability and vigilance, we can navigate the complex web of power with greater effectiveness and resilience.
For weekly freebies and contest giveaways, make sure you follow the link in the description to Metamorphic Health Weekly, where we send out a wide range of health tips, free recipes, fitness tips, and contest giveaways. Be sure not to miss out. Click the link below for Metamorphic Health Weekly. We hope you enjoyed today's video and would gladly appreciate it if you gave us a like and hit that subscribe button to help support the channel.
This concludes this week's episode of the 48 Laws of Power. Which law did you resonate with the most? Or is there a law you disagree with? Let us know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications for next week's episode. Until then, embrace your metamorphic tenets to transform.